May 27, 1941. Dear Margie, your letter arrived Monday and it gave me real pleasure to find it on my dresser when I returned from work. But made me a little angry when I think how our weekend was wasted. You see, I only worked Saturday morning and was off until Monday morning, although I didn't know it until Saturday when I went to work. I was going to phone but felt certain you would be at the cottage. Darn the luck. Well, darling, I will be over Saturday evening or early Sunday morning of this week. We'll phone Friday evening and let you know, or whoever answers the phone. I wanted to make the prom this week, dear, but it's too far from last payday, and I feel that if Harold and Helen supplied the transportation, I would have to stand the balance of the shot. So, due to circumstances beyond my control. Gosh, this is rather a morbid and disturbing letter, isn't it, dear? But better to have the disappointments early in our young lives, because we won't have any time for them when we are Mr. and Mrs. Incidentally, I must tell you about the prospects for Mr. and Mrs. when they travel along the great highway of life, and when I say travel, that's not just a figure of speech. Would you like to hear all about it? I like the little descriptive summary you gave me on humor taken from the book The Joy of Living. That is the name, isn't it? I certainly will try and read the book myself. I have just finished The Fight for Life, and although I enjoy and appreciate the knowledge it unveils, it's pretty dry and one must have patience. That's why it took me so long to read it. Well, darling, I guess I will roll in the hay for a good night's sleep, not that I am not getting much. So, until I see you, Margie. I love you, darling. As ever. Roger XXX. June 11, 1941. Dear Margie. Just a line, sweetheart, to let you know that I am still healthy, hearty, and 20? Gosh, that's old. I feel, dear, that last Sunday was really wasted. We missed so much of the day and then had no place to go when we did meet. Do you know I only kissed you twice in one day? Now that will never do, will it? I don't think it ever happened before. In fact, I am sure of it, and by the Sam hell it won't happen again. Received a letter from my aunt this morning. She has received a letter from Dad's oldest brother, who left home at the age of 16 and never returned. He wrote to find out whether the family was all intact. It certainly took him a long time to become homesick, but I suppose he was too busy doing things and going places. Apparently, he is in California at present. You see, dear, never a dull moment in the Boyer family. I have just finished painting the porch screen for Mrs. Daisley, for which I was amply provided with her sour wine, so you will have to excuse any mistakes in writing and spelling. They have changed the formula of the stock for the wheels once more, also thinking of changing the shifts around, as the stockroom must be changed and our supply comes in spasms. However, I get my hours in, and that's something. In fact, that's everything. However, regarding the weekend, I can give you nothing definite, Margie, and think it best to say that I won't be over, but I will the weekend after, believe you me. Well, darling, I think that's all for now, except I love you, and that is something. Write soon, dear. As ever. Roger XXX. P.S. Jean da shoes.
Note from Phil Boyer, Dad started using this pet term at the end of his letters. Jean da, I am not sure of, but he uses the word shoes in later letters to mean kiss.
June 17, 1941. Dear Margie. Just a line, dear, to let you know that I am still alive and kicking. I am writing this so I can get a reply before the weekend. I was pretty sore this last weekend. I didn't work Sunday night after all, and what a day it was, slept and read all day as it kept raining about every hour. I went over to Helen's for a while in the evening. Well, darling, here is a program for this coming Sunday. I work Saturday evening and back again Monday morning, but the Sunday is mine if I have to take it. Now what say if you come over on the Sunday bus fairly early and we spend the day on the beach? If the weather is fair, I think it would be fun. Otherwise, I will come to Toronto for the day. Write me soon, Margie, and say what you wish to do, and say you want to come over here. I will give you the fare at this end. Don't forget to get off at the Brant Inn and take a Canada Coach bus, the green one, to Station 4 on the beach, or just phone me 5 to 2095 and Len and I will pick you up. Got a letter from Jack. He has been sent to Belleville. Well, darling, it's after 12 now and I go to work at 2 o'clock this week, so I suppose I had better get moving. Write soon, dear. All my love to the sweetest girl in the world. As ever. Roger XXX.